as a way of introduction, for those of you here for the first time, I am based here in the San Francisco Bay Area. The name is Jay Chodagam. I've been a meditation practitioner for over 20 years. I have been a monk for 18 years, and I have a background in engineering. I have 2 engineering degrees, so my sessions tend to be a combination of, as an intersection of ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience. And I usually practice whatever I'm here talking about as things that have come out of my own experience, my learning, by implementing it on myself. And when I find that to be profound, then I share it with you. Then you will see as you go through the course of this session. And this is something that comes from a very deep personal practice. And with that, let's go ahead and jump right into, hi Susan, 76th time, welcome. And those of you who have been coming to my sessions, I'd appreciate if you could go ahead and type in something, just kind of a way of knowing what does this sessions do for you. And so you've been coming back for so long. There's obviously a reason why, and it'll help to know that. It's helpful for you to share why you come back here over and over again, because we have people here who are absolutely brand spanking new first timers. So I think it'll just help to know, besides me just talking about it, why you folks keep coming back. And so, as I mentioned that we've been doing these sessions for a long time, I think we're down now at our 95th episode since the beginning of the pandemic. And for those of you joined for the first time, I want you to know that all of my sessions are recorded and they are posted on my YouTube channel after the session's over, usually a couple of days later. And I give you the opportunity to go back and revisit them, and for those of you who cannot make it because of whatever family obligations, work, etc., it will be a chance for you to finally go back and watch it. Okay, Susan says, your breathwork and meditations have really helped me to calm and be reassured that all is well. Oh, wonderful. That's great to hear. I feel like I finally found a master. Oh, Virginia, I'm so grateful. Yeah, so the way that I look at it, my friends, is that I'm sharing with you my practice, as I've said. It's not with an intention to be the source of where you need to be ending up in. I want to walk with you. I'm not expecting you to walk towards me. I don't ever want to be that sage on the pulpit or the sage on the stage, if that's one way of putting it. I want you to consider me to be like a fellow traveler, a fellow spiritual being that's curious, that's constantly exploring, constantly understanding, deepening, and reflecting what this human experience is all about. So as we go through this, as we stumble through life, I'd love to just share with you in both ways. I want to be inspired by you, and I want to inspire you based on what I've read, heard, or practiced on myself. And that's just the intention with which I like to share what I share, and it's truly a soul tribe. And those of you coming for the first time, we have a very active, thriving community. We have a circle on this app. It's called Meditate with Jay. There's a WhatsApp group if you sign up to my newsletter. My website is joywithjay.com, and you can go to the bottom of that page and you can see this thing where you can subscribe, drop in your email, and you join my mailing list, and you'll be able to join my WhatsApp group. And we have a very active, thriving conversation that's happening all the time. We're supporting each other, and really, especially during the pandemic, which has been such a time of uncertainty, disconnection, unpredictability. This is a time I feel like this virtual community, this truly global family that we've built, we've developed, and we've really held each other, is the way that we've been able to make sense of it and navigate through this. And regardless of the people that we find ourselves either living with or serving because of our work or our profession or our obligation, this is a place that we come back to feed from. This is like, I call it the living well. And we share resources here where you can nourish your soul, you can brighten your spirit, you can find that basis of what your true north is, and feel like you're realigned, and you feel like there's people are supporting you who are walking this journey with you. And that is the point of this. And like I said, we've been here since the beginning of the pandemic. We haven't missed a beat. We haven't missed a single week. We've been continuously gathering twice a week. I do this on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific, and also on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. So this is where you would find us. And again, if you join the circle on this app, it's called Meditate with Jay, you will have access to all of those things. I send reminders an hour before the session, so you don't have to remember all this information I've just shared. Yes, that's the feeling, walking the same path. Thank you, Virginia. Anna Limpkin says, provokes introspection. Indeed, that's the idea, that we inspire each other to look more deeply and ask ourselves what's important. And today I'm going to be walking through some meditation exercises, and I'm going to have some reflective questions in that meditation, which is going to make you look at that. Hopefully it'll provoke lots of introspection today. All right, with that said, let's go and jump into the practice. I want you to please go ahead and downshift your gaze or close your eyes. Let your eyelids glide to a closure. If you feel comfortable, I want you to be doing this practice either seated or lying down, but please don't do the standing up, because there's some activity, some exercises called kumbhaka, which I'm going to be teaching you today, which is to do with the retention of breath. Kumbha in Sanskrit or Hindi means a pot, and a pot retains, so also we're going to practice the art of retaining breath. In this ancient wisdom of pranayama, it is about the retention of breath. It's about manipulation and elongating your exhale. It's a lot of the focus is on how do you breathe, and learning to breathe such that you have a great rejuvenation where every cell of your body is being nourished. You're providing the much needed oxygen, the prana, the life force, and making sure that it circulates throughout the body. So with this, I would like for you to please go ahead and have what is called even rhythmic breathing. So this is breathing with a count of 5 inhalation through the nostril and 5 exhalation also through the nostril. And this breathing needs to originate in the abdomen using your diaphragm, the muscle which you have control over. So if you're doing this right, you should notice your belly expanding and collapsing, not your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Jaws relaxed. Inhale. Shoulders dropped. Brow unfurled. Arms rested. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. There's a lot of science around breathing through the nostrils. Inhale versus breathing from the mouth. Exhale. Now, with this next inhalation, we'll go ahead and inhale again to the bottom of the lungs, opening up the abdominal cavity. And when the lungs are full, I want you to hold till I tell you. I will count for you. You just hold. And exhale through the nostrils. Now 3 regular breaths, even in and out. And exhale, and with this next inhalation, I want you to go ahead and hold the breath till I tell you. And exhale. I love that even breathing for 3 rounds. Inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils. The breath is a bridge between the brain, the senses, and the body. And as we use this to actively regulate the flow of prana, the life force in this body, we are reining in the mind. We're slowing down the heart. We're reducing the blood pressure. And we are balancing the hormones and making sure that there's no cortisol being released, which is our stress hormone. And after this next exhale, I want you to inhale and again hold. Hold till I tell you. This is going to be a longer hold. Or till you feel that you cannot hold any longer, that's okay to release. But if you can, I want you to hold. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Go back to the even breathing through the nostrils, 5 in and 5 out. And after some even rhythmic breathing, now I'm going to show you the next step. This next step is called Vastrika, and Vastrika is an exercise where you will be using your hands and synchronize it with your breath. Now here's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and move my camera far away so you can see it clearly, or as best as you clearly can given this angle. So the hands go up in front of me, straight up, okay? And when I exhale through the nostrils, making a fist, and the arms come close to my rib cage, right? So it comes as a sharp exhalation. Okay, you see the focus is on the exhalation, only through the nostril. You're not going to be exhaling through the mouth. The mouth stays closed at all times, eye stays closed at all times, which is actually true for all of pranayama exercises, or most of pranayama exercises. The eyes are closed, the ears are being very active, the ears are being very sensitive to the accuracy of what is happening here. Now, as you do this exercise, folks, I want you to keep your focus on the third eye. In pranayama, there's a concept of the sovereign, the king, and the kingdom. And so, the body is the kingdom. The skin is the frontier. The king is the soul, Atma, Alma, call it by whatever name. It's the seat of consciousness, seated right between your eyes, in the center of the forehead. The soul is the master, and so let the soul regulate and rule the kingdom. And as that is being done, we're using our third eye. Like I told you, eyes, physical eyes are closed. You'll be using your third eye to scan your body, to look around, to check if your movements are accurate, if your body, breath, the mind, the flow of oxygen is happening evenly and is being distributed. Okay, so we'll have the focus on the region of the third eye. Let that be the focus. And now, so we go into Vastrika. We're going to do 3 rounds of 7. So arms up, palms facing out and open. And as I bring it down, I make a fist with an exhalation. The focus on the exhale, don't worry about the inhale, the body knows how to take. when you learn to give. Always remember that in pranayama, the focus is always on the exhale. So let's do 3 rounds of 7 together. Eyes closed, arms up. Let's begin. And take a break. Allow the breathing to go back to a rhythmic even 5 in, 5 out. A full cycle of breath of air in and out. In and out. Another cycle of air in and out. And this time, as we take the breath in, 3/4 of breath out, and second round of 7 of Vastrika. And take a break. Even breathing. 5 in and 5 out. 5 in, 5 out. Another round of in and out. Now inhalation, followed by third and the final round of Vastrika. Arms up, eyes closed, palms facing out and open together. And that's the end of that. Bring your arms rested next to you. Rest them on the shoulder, rest them on the palms. Rest them on your armrest next to you, on your lap. And for this next part of the exercise, you're welcome to go ahead and lie down. If you've done yoga, this is referred to as savasana. We have activated the body, and I want you to drop into the experience of how you feel right now. Notice the pace of thought activity in the mind. Notice the ease of your breath. Notice any tingling sensations you may be feeling in your entire body as you have energized, as you've activated. This exercise is a way of channeling energy, like the river flows into the land, and when you put a dam, you're able to harness the energy. Kumbhaka, the retention, is about harnessing the energy. As you retain, you're actually scientifically increasing the transfer, the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide into the bloodstream. The body lets go of what it does not need, and it takes in the vital life force. Notice the sensations as you've gone through this. And with your eyes closed, I want you to think about something profound of what's really important. And as you're waking up, what are some of the thoughts? What are some of the reflections so that you can set yourself up for having an amazing day. In that first hardly noticed moment in which you wake, coming back to this life from the other, more secret, movable, and frighteningly honest world, where everything began, there is a small opening into the new day, which closes the moment you begin your plans. What you can plan is too small for you to live. What you can live wholeheartedly will make plans enough for the vitality hidden in your sleep. To be human is to become visible while carrying what is hidden as a gift to others. To remember the other world in this world is to live in your true inheritance. You are not a troubled guest on this earth. You are not an accident amidst other accidents. You are invited from another and greater night than the one from which you have just emerged. Now, looking through the slanting light of the morning window towards the mountain presence of everything that can be, what urgency calls you to your one love? What shape awaits in the seed of you to grow and spread its branches against a future sky? Is it waiting in the fertile sea? Or in the trees beyond the house? Or in the life you can imagine for yourself? Or is it in the open and lovely white page on the writing desk? Remember, how you spend your days is of course how you will spend your lives. And life during the time of this pandemic sometimes feels like a strange and powerful journey, filled with pain and possibility, with much to learn. Potent and surprising themes seem to arise. And one such theme for me is, don't wait. I feel a sense of urgency. At times, this sense of urgency is to deepen my meditation practice, increase the scope of my questioning, and to read and listen more attentively. I'm called to pay greater attention to my routines, to pay more attention to the people and activities I love, to exercise more, to rest, and to play more. And as I speak these words, I'm surprised to acknowledge how the practice of not waiting leads me to rest more, and at times to do less, work less, and enjoy more. I've been surfing almost daily in the San Francisco Bay and spending time admiring and breathing in the tapestry of the sky as the sun begins to set across the bay. These are some of the questions that are helpful in reflecting on what "don't wait" means for me. Number one, what am I waiting for? What's most important right now? Where is my attention? What am I reading and listening to? And what calls am I answering and not answering? That said, there are times when waiting cannot be avoided. I once heard this quote that if you learn to enjoy waiting, you don't have to wait to enjoy. So I'd say to myself, don't wait to enjoy, even while waiting. Don't wait to deepen your practice. Make real connections, solve real problems, and appreciate being alive right now. Solitude is where community begins. Solitude is where we listen to God. Sometimes I think of life as a big wagon wheel with many spokes. In the middle is the hub. Often in business, it looks like we're running around the rim trying to reach everybody. But God wants us to start in the hub, to live in the hub. Then you will be connected with all the spokes. And you won't have to run so fast. It's precisely in the hub that we discover the call to community. It's remarkable that solitude always calls us to community. In solitude, you realize you're part of a human family and that you want to lift something together. By community, I don't mean formal communities. I mean families, friends, neighbors, 12-step programs, prayer groups. Community is not an organization. Community is a way of living. You gather around your people with whom you want to proclaim the truth that we are the beloved children of God. Community is not easy sometimes. Somebody once said, community is the place where the person you least want to live with always lives. In Jesus' community, for example, of the 12 apostles, the last name was that of someone who was going to betray him. That person is always in your community somewhere. Or in the eyes of others, you might be that person. So why is it so important that solitude come before community? If we do not know that we are the children of God, we're going to expect someone in the community to make us feel that way. They cannot. We'll expect someone to give us that perfect and conditional love. But community is not a loneliness grabbing onto loneliness. I'm so lonely, you're so lonely. It's that solitude grabbing onto solitude. I am the beloved, and you are the beloved. Together, we can build a home. Sometimes you are close, and that's wonderful. Sometimes you don't feel much love, and that can be hard. But we can be faithful. We can build a home together and create space for the sacred. Within the discipline of community are the disciplines of forgiveness and celebration. Forgiveness and celebration are what make community, whether it's a marriage, a friendship, or any other form of community. So then what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is to allow the other person not to be God. Forgiveness says, I know you love me, but you don't have to love me unconditionally, because no human being can do that. We all have wounds. We are all in so much pain. It's precisely this feeling of loneliness that lurks behind all our successes. That feeling of uselessness that hides under all the praise. That feeling of meaninglessness, even when people say we are fantastic. That is what makes us sometimes grab onto people and expect from them an affection and love they cannot give. If we want other people to give us something that only God can give, we become a demon. We say, "Love me," and before you know it, we become violent and demanding and manipulative. It's so important that we keep forgiving one another. Not once in a while, but at every moment of life. Before you've had your breakfast, you have already had at least 3 opportunities to forgive people, because your mind is already wondering, what will they think of me? What will he or she do? How will they use me? To forgive other people for being able to give you only a little love, that's a hard discipline. To keep asking others for forgiveness because you can give only little love, that's a hard discipline too. It hurts to say to your children, to your wife or to your husband, to your friends, that you cannot give them all that you would like to give. Still, that is where community starts to be created, where we come together in a forgiving and undemanding way. This is where celebration, the second discipline of community, comes in. If you can forgive that another person cannot give you what only God can give you, then you can celebrate that person's gift. Then you can see that love that person is giving you as a reflection of God's great unconditional love. Love one another because I have loved you first. Known that first love, we can see that love that comes from us, from people, as a reflection of that. And then we can celebrate and say, wow, that's beautiful. So I want you to bring your palms together in prayer position at your heart center. And ask yourself, what are you going to remember when you wake? How are you going to make this the best day of your life? And how can you be a reflection of that unconditional supreme love? And not expect it to come from anyone, but instead appreciate whatever they reflect back. I want you to please rub your palms together, igniting chi or prana. palms are an energy vortex. And when you feel a nice warm ball of chi ignited between your palms, I want you to go ahead and cup both your eyes, one with each palm, and bless yourself. A complete clarity reign in my mind. May health reign in my body, and love reign in my heart. And now I want you to make your palms face out as if you're sending a blessing to the world. And think of any person, people, or place that could use some light. There's lots of suffering, lots of hopelessness. And when you pick the object of your blessing, imagine beams of light emerging from your palms, going towards that person, people, or place, and giving them just the amount of upliftment, the hope, the faith, the strength, such that their struggles may end. They may no longer experience fear. They may see themselves a child of that supreme being of unconditional love. Then they are love themselves. Envision the entire planet, that beautiful ball of blue, green, red and white, which rotates ever so gently. And send this blessing, send the light to the entire planet and all of its creatures, all of its elements. We live as one family, with love, care, and respect. Back together in prayer position at your heart center. Let's take a moment of gratitude here for this experience that I'm having right now. Noticing how there's been a shift in these last 45 minutes that I've been here. Ask yourself, what is important to me right now? What's the most important thing right now? I invite you to please share that in the comment section. Love, family, nature, peaceful, health, life. Beautiful. Amazing. Yeah, surrender indeed. That's important. The calmness of the mind, taking care of myself so I can show up for my best self. Indeed. Being the light. Fantastic. That's amazing, folks. Thank you so much for being part of this experience. And I invite you to please hit that donate button. Your donations are important to help me to continue doing this work. I can see that it's meant a lot to you, and I want to be able to offer this unconditionally, without having any kind of a gateway, without having any kind of a barrier for somebody to only access this because they have funds. So I invite you to do the best you can, and remember that some people here are just here to receive, and that's completely okay. If you have circumstances where you cannot donate the bare minimum, that's okay. You're welcome. We appreciate you. I'm glad to have you in the Soul Tribe. But those of us who can, I invite you to do the best, and so that we support each other as a community, as a family would. Also, I have one-on-one mentoring on this app. It's just a way for us to be able to spend the time to go deeper, to delve individually. It's a very personalized exercise of manifesting that life that we want and healing that we want, and creating that life that is fulfilling and is aligned with our purpose. And it can be life mentoring, it could be from your career perspective, it could be just from health. And so all of that can be found when you click on the bottom right corner of your screen. You see that logo with the word live, and you click on that and it'll show mentoring / workshops, and you can sign up there. Also, I want to mention that Insight Timers asked me to do some more workshops, and I'm considering doing something around living with purpose, finding your meaning, knowing your North Star. And I'm planning to do that as a series. Maybe next month I'll try to submit a proposal and see when they can slot that in to the schedule. I know they have other teachers as well on this app, so we'll have to see how that plays out. And then definitely something that they've asked me to do is at the beginning of the year. But in the meantime, I'm happy to take any recommendations. What would be useful to you? How could I address things that are in the best interest of this community? I'm completely open to suggestions, and anything that you liked, anything that you think that I have not covered that I should be covering, I'm welcome to go ahead and drop in a suggestion either. I wish you all be happy, stay strong, keep the practice going, and until I see you all again, whether it's next Sunday or Wednesday, I wish you be well.